My soon-to-be ex-husband just pulled up to my house in a brand new truck, and I'm not really sure if I'm sad about it or if I'm mad about it. There's a little bit of both happening there.
It's crazy how women leave thinking that you will never become anything. Fellas, focus on yourself. Get the money, get the car, get the house, get the women, because these women, they're hoping that you don't become anything when they leave you. So in this video, we're going to check out women talking about how happy they are for their ex-husband moving on with other women, winning with other women. Let's go. Let's check it out.
My ex and his fiance just bought a house, and I am so happy for them. Like, I love seeing people my age buy houses and start new families. Literally love that for them. I do not want that man. However, I do not feel like he ever got the proper karma for the emotional turmoil he left me in. And for that, I hope one singular red ant makes its way up to his bedroom, crawls into his bed, and bites him on the right butt cheek. Wakes him up, he turns on his bedside lamp, throws his covers off, and looks in the bed, only to find nothing there. He goes back to sleep and thinks nothing of it. Day 2, another singular red ant makes its way up into his room, into his bed, and bites him on the right butt cheek. At this point, he's like, okay, something has bitten me 2 nights in a row. He throws off the covers again, turns on the lamp, finds nothing in the bed. He goes back to sleep. Day 3, it's time for bed and he can't really sleep. He's thinking about what has bitten him on the right butt cheek 2 nights in a row and he can't sleep, but ultimately Father Time wins and he falls asleep, only to be awoken from his slumber by a bite on his right butt cheek. This time, he turns on all the lights, throws all the covers off the bed, takes all the sheets off, inspects the mattress, and puts new sheets on. He goes back to bed. Day 4, he told all his coworkers about it, and he told his mom, and everyone is tired of him going on and on and on about some invisible force that keeps pinching him on the right butt cheek every night. He can't sleep tonight, so he's Googling on his phone all the causes. He sees bed bugs, earwigs, spiders, dust mites. And he convinces himself that it's actually a spider that's causing necrotizing fasciitis on his right butt cheek. He stays up all night this night, and the ant takes the night off. Day 5, he has now called his PCP because he is convinced that he has a flesh-eating bacteria on his right butt cheek, only for them to tell him that it looks like a bite from a red fire ant and there's not really anything they can do, but maybe he could rub some aloe gel on it. He leaves the doctor's office feeling totally invalidated and hopeless. The end.
My soon-to-be ex-husband just pulled up to my house in a brand new truck, and I'm not really sure if I'm sad about it or if I'm mad about it. There's a little bit of both happening there because a brand new truck really mattered more to this man than his marriage and his dog. Which, I mean, if he wants to be the loser that lives in an apartment with a brand new car, then by all means be my guest. All he's doing is showing me that he really was a financial burden on me and that I should not keep him around. One of the most consistent arguments we had was that he wanted a brand new $100,000 truck. And trust me when I say we are not in the tax bracket to be having a $100,000 truck, nor does he have a real use for that car, especially now that he lives in an apartment. The car that he has been driving up until this point is my car. He didn't own a car when he decided to up and skip out, and I was nice enough to let him borrow my car, which, you know what, I shouldn't have been, and I should have just left him stranded, apparently, since I guess a truck was more important than his wife. But I guess now I get my car back. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm borrowing one from my parents. I don't know if I'm just gonna keep that one and get rid of it, but I've had a car because my parents are supportive and his parents like to scam money out of him.
When I found out my ex had got a wife, destroyed me. He never laid a finger on me because I was in Birmingham, quite isolated, going through lockdown and all these things, and then obviously this man just pops up out of nowhere and he's like cocooned me, and I've got him, and now I've got all his family and I've got all his friends and his friends' baby moms and there's kids everywhere, and like I just felt completely like encased by humans all of a sudden. And I was like quite infiltrated with his family. I go to his sisters for barbecues, I go to his mom's to chill, I take his stepdad to hospital appointments, I was chilling with his friends, I was running his friends around, or we were going to parties or whatever, and they all knew.
We've all had those experiences where a relationship ends and your ex just seems completely unfazed. They're out about partying, having the time of their life, not responding to your texts, not giving a shit. about you at all. It's like you never even existed. They're totally fine. And you're here in pain, struggling to get out of bed, struggling to eat, to take care of yourself, to go to work, to spend time with friends. Everything just seems like a battle, and you don't understand. I just want you to know that you're doing the real healing. Because that's the thing about pain. Pain doesn't go away unless it's healed. And you're actually doing the healing. And if you don't do the healing, it's just going to catch up to you again. So while in the moment, it's hurtful to see your ex, completely fine, but I guarantee it will catch up to them one day, and you're going to be miles ahead of them.
So guys, let's talk about this. This is crazy, guys, because when women say they are happy for their ex-husband moving on with their new girlfriends or their new wives, actually, they're full of lies, guys. They're lying. They're not telling the truth. They don't want you to move on. They don't want you to do well. They don't want you to win in life. That's a lie. They just lying. Like, women live a lie, guys. Do you understand that women live a lie? So here's my advice to all, the guys out there. And I hate giving advice, though. To all the guys out there, like, when you break up with a girl, if a girl breaks up with you, like, just focus on yourself, bro. Just go to the gym, stay in shape, try to get the money, and, that's the sweetest revenge. Get the house, get other women, you know what I mean? That's the sweetest revenge, guys. Because they're watching, even though you think that they're not watching. You know why you should do that? Because it's difficult for them to do that. They can go to the gym all they want. They can go and get the money all they want. They can get the house, the cars, and everything. They can glow and everything. At the end of the day, they're still looking for Prince Charming. They're still looking for a man who's better than you, or a man who's going to be on the same level as you, or a man who's going to make them. When we're talking about a man, we're not talking about a man like who's just like a bad boy or a player, right? Or who gives them butterflies in their stomach, who gives them the thrill, the spark, and you know what I mean? Who just makes them feel good. I'm not talking about that guy, because they never get married to that guy. I'm talking about the guy that they choose as a husband. Because when women choose a husband, guys, you got to understand this. When they choose a husband, he has to be good on paper. He has to have the potential to be a good father, a good husband, a protector, a provider. He doesn't necessarily need to be, to have those, qualities of, bringing the spark, or, the curiosity, and, the butterflies in the stomach, or bringing out the freakness in them. Like, they don't care about none of that when they're choosing a husband, right? Like, if a woman leaves you, you become that person who's good on paper, right? And you make sure that you also become a person who's desirable. You understand? Who's gonna make women, go crazy. You understand? You want women to go crazy over you after you leave your ex. Because they never get over you, guys. They will never get over you. They're always, like, they're making videos. They're on TikTok, guys. They're making videos about their exes. The first girl, the black girl, she said she wishes I don't know, like something bite on your cheeks or something. Like, she's crazy, bro. She's crazy. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. My name is RJ Godfella, and this is the RJ Godfella Chats. Now, if you like this type of content, guys, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. Peace.